All right, everyone, here we go. This is the overview, monthly overview for September, month number 9, 2023. This year is flying by. September, well, I wrote about it. Hopefully you went to my blog. I have put up, I think it was a day or so ago, I put up the write-up for September 2023. It is, while the astrological alignments might be light this month, okay, they are a little bit. There's going to be a lot of random pop-up reads throughout the month, I'm sure. We're going to need to do energy check-ins all over the place. But I will say the month opens big. It opens with Venus going direct in Leo and Jupiter going retrograde in Taurus. And I wrote about that. I wrote about each one of those things. Venus going direct, going to make you want to act on your passions, we'll say, right? Rather fiery. However, Jupiter retrograde this year is a little different than normal, and I hope other readers and astrologers pick up on it. It's a bit of a slow your roll type energy. It has the usual inner work kind of thing that goes with Jupiter retrograde, thinking about your beliefs and your direction in life and all of that. However, it also has an inappropriate element to it. I made a joke about myself about how I offend at least 1,000 people on every video. You get the occasional prudes that come in, don't like when I say bang and stuff like that. It's not really what I'm talking about. It doesn't really affect me in that respect. I'm going to be the same. But for some of you guys, it's a timing issue. You might say the wrong thing at the wrong time, or accept the right opportunity or the wrong opportunity, or at the wrong time. It's that kind of thing. So you're going to want to filter everything before you say it or before you do it. And it's a month where we make sure there's something that opportunities that come in, opportunities to say things, opportunities to do things, which there will be. It's a month where you want to make sure, is this just something I want, or is this something I need? And I gave you some good advice in the write-up there. I'm pulling on the runners here, and they're not listening, they're not reading my write-up, and they're not listening to me. So don't be surprised if somebody shows up. I've got a chariot staring at us here on the surface energy. All right, don't be surprised. That said, give that blog write-up a read at sltblog.com, month of September. This is your overview. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. It's a general reading, but if you're here for a reason. I'm going to start your sign readings in a day or so. I'll do the fly through, and we'll see what happens. All right, it's going to be a very interesting month. A lot of opportunity this month for sure to get set on a new path and all of that. The core energy is still all about change. This reading is timeless. These energies will affect all of you at different times because you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. What's going on with the incoming energy here? Well, I've got a chariot. Communication. Someone charging in. It's charging in without thinking, right? It's crossed by a Knight of Swords. Charging in without thinking. I just said, rewind. They're not listening to me, and they're not reading my write-up for September, so they're not going to check themselves before they wreck themselves. They're not going to run what they say through a filter first, or run any ideas they have through a filter first. They're not listening. That's what this is. Charging in without thinking about it at all. I just got something I need to say, or something I want to say. Is it what they need to say, or is it what they want? Are they acting on what they want or what they need? It's that kind of energy. But you see it right here. Knight of Swords crossing a chariot. A lot of determination with this. Not a lot of thought. 5 of Wands. Not a lot of, back and forth inside their head. This is the weakest energy as it reflects to me. That's talking about how little they're thinking before they're speaking. All right? It's about love. There's a lot of love driving this. I don't think these runners, and I've said this before in the past, and I'll bring it back now. Emotionally speaking, right? Your runners are driving a 500 horsepower soul with a 100 horsepower brain. Okay? It's those people that wrap those chargers around telephone poles because they think they could do spin outs and have fun with it, not knowing how to drive. They don't know how to handle all this emotion. It's the most love I can pull from the deck. A lot of truths, communication coming in, the Ace of Swords, and there's your 3 of Cups. Somebody opening up emotionally, maybe a little too emotionally. Not thinking, right? Not checking themselves at the door first. That's the influence that Jupiter retrograde has, and it'll have it for the rest of the year. It'll have it for a while. All right, so take that advice that I wrote about in the blog and what I've said here. Your runners aren't listening, and that's why we open with a chariot crossed by a Knight of Swords. All right, let's go. Let's pull it. Let's do it. The overview reading for September 2023. Give me the soulmate cycle for September 2023. Give me an overview, universe. First card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So, fine. I showed you the surface energy. I wrote a big article about September. You can go read it. I talked about it here at the beginning. Let's see why the fuck we're here. Huh? You want to? I do. 10 swords. It's... When I say with that Queen of Swords, the cut card should back up the pre-shuffle or expand on it. Because I'm going just a little bit deeper, like one layer deeper. This 10 Swords is interesting. Because it's somebody who... I talked about it with the Queen of Cups, right? They don't know how to handle all this emotion. It's somebody who just frantically thinks if they don't speak now, they're never gonna get to say it. It's a little of that energy I talked about in the extended for the Mars reading, I think, where there's this, when I pulled the timeline, there was this urgency of if I don't say it now, speak now or forever hold your peace kind of energy. All right? 10 Swords. Somebody does feel that now is the time. And that's true, because and I suspect that's because there's a divine timing element within the month of September, and I talked about that in my write-up. You know, it's just the energy is right for something to happen. Yeah. 10 Swords. It's 10 Swords followed by Knight of Cups. Yeah. The 10 Swords is attached to the Knight of Cups. It's exactly everything I just said. I feel like it's over. It will bring them in. It will, but I think it's ill thought out in the month of September. That's fine. You know that in advance. You could chuckle about it, right? I don't know. They're just spilling their emotions like crazy, right? Like a drunk guy, or girl, right? Right? Just spilling them like crazy. It's almost like a King of Cups reverse type energy, where it's too much. It's just they feel all these emotions. The Queen of Cups gives the full cup, and they give it. They not only give you the cup. It's not like giving you the cup. They spill it on you, ruin your outfit. All right? It's like that. Let's go. Let's pull a reading. It's going to be an interesting month. Yeah, powerful energies this month. Core energies. Not a lot of major alignments astrologically pulling on it. Not a lot. All right, let's go. Here at the end of August, we've still got the full moon, the blue moon in Pisces to do. And I'm going to postpone Uranus Uranus retrograde until the early part of September. Uranus is a slow-moving planet. I want to get a feel for that energy because that does something. And I want to get a feel for that. I wanted to pick up speed a little bit in retrograde. And I noted that on the calendar page, on that write-up page for September in the blog. All right, let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle for September 2023, universe. Let's do it. Okay, we done. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is a Page of Swords. Yeah, well, yeah, ill thought out. You know, it's like a page, a child, if you will. What's fueling that? 8 Pentacles. Someone coming to, this is a person that's out of their depth. This is like the apprentice, right? The 8 of Pentacles, like the worker, working hard, mastering a skill and getting to the 9 of Pentacles, the liberation. And this is someone's hired a child to do an adult's job. It's a bit of that. They're a bit out of their depth with that Queen of Cups energy, which is still here. I can't get rid of it from the pre-shuffle. All right? 500 horsepower worth of love and only 100 horsepower worth of capacity to deal with it. Let's go. Energy around the but it is communication. You take what you can take. You take what you get from these runners. Right here's your connection, the energy around your connection. Right here's how they're behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. There's the hidden energy, message from the universe, red with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything and throw some universe cards at the end. You bet your sweet asses I'm going to extend this. And it's the only reading in the Zodiac fly-through for the monthly readings that I'm going to extend. So this is your extended reading for September. Let's do it. I'm ready. Here we go. Our reading is right here. Energy around your connection, September 2023. Let's go. The link for the extended is in the description. Right here, the Knight of Pentacles. It's just there. It's a stopped energy here. Deer in the fucking headlights. Yeah, I believe it. With that 10 Swords, this Page of Swords is crossing the 10 of Swords. Spying's not enough anymore. Somebody is followed by a Knight of Cups. Somebody needs to come in. But again, it's the Queen of Cups where she gives the full cup and she spills it all over you. It gets kind of messy. It's like you may not be used to this person opening up this much, possibly. All right. This is a deer in the headlights type energy. It's something's coming together here, and it's pretty etched in stone. Okay, this is a very reliable energy. All right, it should have happened. Also, this tells me, strangely enough, should have happened a lot sooner, and we wouldn't be in this mess. All right, and that's a lesson for them, not necessarily for you. How are they behaving in the 3D? Yeah, emotions. Emotion focused on you, yeah, but it's just Empress in the 3D. It's like the second reading recently where we've gotten an Empress in the 3D position. I don't remember what the other reading was. You might be Leo, New Moon, possibly, I don't know. Right there, very much in their emotions. I don't think they know how to deal with it. Again, we're sending in a page to do an adult's job here, right? Okay, talking about emotions is a grown-up thing. That's why we don't let children get married, you know? I mean, not without special permission and all that kind of shit. Right here, the soul. Book ends the Knight of Pentacles. The moon. It's a deer in the headlights, like I said. Your connection for them, they're a deer in the headlights to it. There's so much stuff swirling around here. Fear doesn't belong in the soul. The soul knows no fear. It's not really about that with this. It's about all the stuff coming up from the depths. This energy flows from here, to the 3D. And it's all coming up from the depths, and more and more and more and more power, 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 power. It is a lot, you know, the way they're dealing with these emotions, it is a lot like those fools who don't know how to drive, who get a 500 horsepower car and don't respect it. They just go crazy and spin out and put people's lives in danger and shit like that. This person here does not know how to deal with all these emotions. Deer in your connection. And that deer in the headlights, interestingly enough, is tied directly as well to the Ten of Swords of why we're here. Again, somebody pushed a lot back. It's coming back to bite them. This should have happened a long time ago. We wouldn't get to this point, right? It's like going to the doctor too late. It's that kind of thing. Should have come in sooner. Yeah, well, you should have said something sooner, and we wouldn't be in this stage 4 bullshit. You know, we wouldn't be at this point here. We're at fucking, you know, alarms going off. Hidden energy. Message from the universe read with that. 6 of Swords. Yeah, should have happened sooner. Universe agrees with me. This is the third slowest energy in the tarot. This is the second slowest. Took a long time, and it built, and it built, and it built. And they held it back, and held it back, and held it back. We can't forget the Mars and Libra reading. All my readings tie together. We can't forget Lionsgate, Leo, New Moon. Can't forget Mars in Leo. Can't forget any of it. Can't forget the New Moon. All of it. It's all here. Somebody's on the way in. It's a very reliable energy. What's the potential final outcome, though? Oh, God. This is where it could go wrong. What's red with all this emotion? King of Pentacles. Yeah, I believe it. Why is there so much emotion here? Why is it flowing like crazy? Why is that Queen of Cups shaking and like spilling the cup all over you? Why it's opening up emotionally? Because they held it back too long. Again, a message of should have done it sooner. It's somebody here who they're a deer in the headlights for your connection because you're the Empress. You're awesome. And they're feeling that. They're feeling it on your level. So whatever you feel for them at the peak that you felt it, that's what they're feeling. So you know exactly how they feel, except they have a harder time dealing with it. All right? A child. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's clarify with the witches here. Knight of Pentacles. Why is it here? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Jesus. Now we're going to go deeper. I'm going to take this a few layers deeper than I normally would. I am. All right, let's go. Knight of Pentacles. Energy of your connection. Deer in the fucking headlights. Unreal. I believe it. Yeah. The Hermit. They're feeling it. The soul. That card, that's the energy of the Hermit for me that represents the soul. Yep. It's there. They can't miss it. The soul is lit. This is regurgitating everything. This is a bright, 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 bright moon. And it is highlighting those emotions. Okay? Yep. It might be somebody as well that realizes, oh, it's a soul connection. We're soulmates. They were right. I don't think they're going to say that. Don't get me wrong. But they certainly realize the feelings. Those are just words. The feelings are the same. You can call love whatever you want. We just call it love. You can call it anything. Like I used to say, you can call it Yugelvon if you want to. It doesn't matter. Still feels the same. What's on top? 6 of Cups. I told you. I'm not making this shit up. Six of Cups. They're feeling the connection. Everything's coming back. It's like nostalgia from past lives they can't place. They're in their feels big time here. Of course they are. The Empress is here. Why is the Six of Cups here? Page of Wands. Yeah. My little adventurer, right? Making them want to come towards it. It's drawing them in. Drawing them in. The way a frog pond would draw this little boy in. Okay. No boy this age in the country, because this is in the country, can resist a frog pond. No way in hell. By an hour after seeing it, there's a bucket full of frogs next to him. It is. That's what's going on here. Fine. It's communication as well. Impending communication. Slowly but surely. Yeah, it's been a while. Should have done this a long time ago is a very clear message here, including in the final outcome. Someone realizing your value, someone realizing they can't replace you. You're an 8-point buck with rainbow antlers. Go ahead and find another one. What's going on here? Empress, let's pull on their feelings. Let's do it. Let's pull on that Queen of Cups who's shaking and spills it because you can't handle it. It's a lot of love here. All of it. There's no bullshit on my table. There's no devils here in the base read. Nothing. It's all pretty cut and dry. Well, welcome to September. All right. They best reach out before the 1010 portal this year. We'll talk about that when we get closer to it. I don't want to confuse readings. But... all right, let's go with the Empress. Why is the Empress here? I bent the card. That's how strong the energy is. The Seven of Wands. All the stuff they pushed back. This is about pushing back, right? Keeping the high ground, keeping things at bay in this particular energy. Well, I said this moon is about that, and it flows over here. All the stuff they pushed back is coming back. It's coming out. It was always going to do that. It's a reliable energy here. This is a powerful connection. Again, the fool who saw too many Chuck Norris movies who thinks one guy can take on 6. It's not. It's coming at him all at once. And that's why the Empress is here. The feels are high, big time. What's on top? 4 of Wands. Yeah. You're their new beginning. Somebody here wants something with you. I could be corny and say they want to marry you. Yeah. Under these energies, it wouldn't surprise me. This is the type of love energy that I feel here off of all this. That's been pushed back, and then all just comes at you at once. That type of energy is the type of thing where some fool on a first date would say, "Will you marry me?" Let's just skip right to it. It's like that. It's the 4 of Wands here. This is a very powerful connection. These emotions are very powerful. They're causing them to think about the future in a new way with you in it, or a love like what this connection is, although I don't think they can find it anywhere else, and I think they've come to that conclusion, which is part of that energy around the 10 of Swords before the cut. Why is the 4 of Wands here? Page of Cups. Now, well, look at the picture. She's standing there with a little cup. It's a tidal wave behind her. It's hitting them all at once. She about to get wet in more ways than one, probably. Again, it's just the imagery is even backing up the energy. It's crazy. You know, I don't even have to pull this reading out of anything. It's just showing up. Let's go. Let's talk about the moon. All right, let's go. The moon. I don't actually dislike this in the context of this reading. Sometimes I don't like the moon in the soul. It means somebody pushing things back, pushing back on what the soul's true purpose is. Not in this case. In this case, it's all coming out. It's all coming at them at once. And at the same time, it's like a relay game. It's coming at them and they're giving it. It's flowing at the same time. Why is the moon here, though? Let's go. Let's talk about their soul energy. Tell me about the moon. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah. Strength. Heart chakra is open. That's all that's talking about. That's it. There's also a lot of lust here. I said I don't joke about anything that's not in the energy. I said she about to get wet in more ways than one. Yeah, it's a lusty energy there. The Strength card is passion. We're talking about a month. We're pulling on September. It opens with Venus going direct in Leo. Passionate forward movement on those emotions. And then Jupiter retrograde right at the same damn time. Putting that check yourself energy in there. Wait a second, I might want to think about this before I say anything or whatever. Then they're not. They're Chariot crossed by the Knight of Swords in the opening of this reading in the pre-shuffle. But the heart chakra is wide open. This is flowing. This is proof that this is flowing. What's on top? Flowing out and flowing over here. Proof that that wave's going to hit her. It's all coming at him at once. That's why the Empress is there. What's on top? 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, they held back for a long time. I got another card of fear. Fear gets generated here. We're afraid of the dark. People, you meet people that are afraid of the dark and all that. They're generally just people that are afraid of unknown things. They're usually afraid of change, right? Right here, it's someone who's been holding this back for a long time. Why is this here? Justice. It's more proof that it's all flowing. It's all balancing out. Everything that they push back is coming back on them. It has to go somewhere. You can't just keep pushing something back. Pressure builds if you do that. It's either going to flow out a hole out the bottom of what you're trying to push it down, or it's going to explode the whole box or container that it's contained within. That's exactly what's happening here. All right, good. Go ahead and get wet. Come in there and ask my viewer to marry you, or come in and say how you feel. It's about fucking time, and that's what these cards are saying. It's about fucking time. The universe even backed me up with the 6 of Swords. Yeah, should have happened a long time ago. Why is the 6 of Swords here? What else you want to tell us? What else does the surrounding energy want to tell us? The fickle old gal, as I call it. All right, let's go. She's chatty today. It's going to make for an interesting extended. A chatty universe is always fun when I pull for less people. Woo! Woo! All right. I suspect we'll see some devils in the extended. But that's all right. There's a devil that lives in here, causes you to, it's devil energy that generates fear, right? And it's all that nonsense we tell ourselves. Oh, you don't want to do that. They may have some surrounding energies around them that have helped with all that, but holding back, by the way. But we'll see. Right now, let's talk about the 6 of Swords. Let's go. Why is it here? Why did it take so long? Right? Because the universe is talking about the 3rd slowest energy in the tarot. It took a while. This should have happened a long time ago, and it wouldn't have gotten to this point where this poor girl got to have a wave fall on her head. Right? Now we got too much love energy around for them to deal with. Why did it take so long? Queen of Wands. Well, there's 2 energies here. On the one side, it's a really weird answer. It's like the universe says it took so long because they're really attracted to the DF, or to the non-runner. Okay, that's weird. That caused them to run. There's a whole litany of psychology behind that, I'm sure. Abandonment issues that we get all the time and things like that. But the primary energy here that's affecting their slowness is this person is hiding something, hiding behind a wall of pretense, like I always say about the Queen of Wands, right? It's taken them a while. It's someone who doesn't like change. I said people who are afraid of the dark are generally people that don't like change. Typically, they're people that are fear of the unknown. All right. Change always brings the unknown. All right. What's on top? The Hangman. Just sitting there. They never made a decision. That's why it took so long. In part, they sat there on the fence. The little raven here is chewing the rope right now. Why is the Hangman here? Judgment. There's a lot of fear with this. There's some sort of karma that's in play here. This is an energy of karma that's coming out. Why did they sit on the fence? Why did it take so long? They sat on the fence. They're hiding something. They live a superficial life. They don't want to tell you the truth about that. It's possible that they're also attracted to you, which is scary to them. These emotions were scary, all that stuff. All of it. Whatever the fuck it is. Abandonment issues, whatever, just a superficial person. Whatever the fuck it is, it's all about karma. It's all something that they already lived in a past life that they brought with them into this one. And they didn't fix it last time, and this time it's here to be fixed. It's karmic debt being collected. That's why they could never make a decision. That's why they stayed on the fence and didn't just... I mean, this type of energy, be it Queen of Wands or King of Wands, is a cast them away energy. They could usually just, forget it. And they'll forget the person even exists. They'll just go on about their little life the way in their little fantasy land that it's great, right? They were stuck in the Hangman. The universe puts us in the Hangman. And they were stuck there. Why? Because it's karmic debt. for this person. All right, it's time for them to explore. This karmic debt is reflecting in a way that it's providing them a little bit of bravery to express these emotions here in September. Because this little page here, first of all, we had the strength card crossing the soul position, but that book ends over here. This little page is very brave. Say what you want about 12, 13-year-old boys, they're brave as fuck. They'll try, most of them will try all kinds of stupid shit. That's why they end up in the emergency room all the time getting a cast put on for something, right? There you go. It's providing them the bravery to pay the karmic debt, and that's why I was drawn to the raven chewing the rope here. Okay, cool. So it's karma of some kind. We'll try to pull on that in the extended. I'll dig into the karma. It's not always easy to do, but I'll try. All right, final outcome, King of Pentacles. All right, so finally somebody sees your value. Yeah, but they always have. They've always known that while they were sitting in the hangman. It's not about that. This is a balanced energy, right? It's good news for you. It helps bring you some closure at the very least, whatever happens here. But I want you to bear in mind that this is somebody spilling the beans on their emotions, all right? It might say some inappropriate things with that Jupiter retrograde under the current energies. It might say some things that blow your mind and that just, they just blurt out for no reason. It might be, just kind of laugh it off. You're getting this information so that you don't react to it. You're expecting it. Nothing can surprise you here. All right? What's going on? What's the final on this? The King of Pentacles is communication in this context. However, yeah, it is crossed by the King of Wands, and we have the Queen of Wands here. I got the King of Wands here. These two, not the best of friends. All right? This is a very honorable king. This king will tell you what you want to hear. All right? They are who they are, like I always tell you. But this is someone here who is speaking about emotions from an ego perspective. Very passionately. Right? So anything can come out. Anything. Yep. Knight of Wands underneath it. I just wanted to see what was fueling it. Yep. It's diarrhea of the mouth about emotions. And they have this is emotional immaturity. This guy right here doesn't know anything about emotions. This is the person who marries for money or just bangs them, sort of a love them and leave them kind of thing. The minute they feel emotions, they run, which is probably what happened to most of you because they all reflect this King of Wands. But this is an energy here of somebody talk out of their depth. Like I said, out of their depth. They're talking about emotions and they don't really know how to do it properly. All right. So shit just comes out. Boy, I'd love to hear these conversations. Holy cow. What's on top? 10 Swords. Remember the 10 Swords from before the cut? Why the fuck are we here? It comes out in your final outcome. That's very significant. And we know that a Knight of Cups came after it in the cut. I don't know what's coming after it now. I haven't looked and I'm not going to. But this 10 Swords here, somebody definitely feels like, that's why there's so much urgency here. You see it again. You see someone talking about emotions, charging in with it without any thinking about what they're going to say, no plan or anything, because they feel the end. And when they feel this connection the way you feel it, or the way you felt it at its peak, all right? That's the kind of love that's flowing through them. They don't know how to handle that kind of horsepower. It's hitting them. It's all hitting them at once. But there's that urgency right there with that 10 Swords. Why is 10 Swords here? 8 Wands. Yeah, it's fast communication. Fast communication. Fast communication. Very fast. It's too fast for her to handle. Male or female, it's a she on the card. Too fast for her, right? She thinks she's standing there perfectly safe with that cup. It comes over them and they just keep talking. It's like they're having some kind of crash or something. Sugar crash. And they don't know what's going on. They just start blurting out stuff. You might turn to I would imagine with this kind of energy here, the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the reasons for the 10 of Swords that I explained, it might be over. Also, for some of them, a marriage is over on their side, and all the emotions for you came rushing in. That's possible too. Whatever it is, I can almost imagine this person blurting out all these emotions, and you thinking to yourself, my God, are they having a stroke or something? What's going on? It's that kind of energy. All right, but we end with 8 Wands. This 10 Swords is why we're here. It's the why the fuck are we here position before the cut. And why is the 10 Swords here in the final outcome? because of this, because of communication. So this 10 swords is why the Knight of Cups is coming in, which came after the cut, and why the communication is happening. It's happening very fast. I'm even talking fast. And I have to swim in this energy to pull on the reading. So, again, it is what it is. That's what's going on. Let's pull 3 cards from the universe. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Anything else? And I'll go pull some wicked voodoo. I'll pull on the karma. I'll do my best. I am going to focus on their emotions a lot. I am. I'm going to focus on that moon and the Empress and what's been hidden. I'll also pull on you. I'll open the reading by pulling on you for the month of September, like I often do in the extendeds. I start with you, so I have some contrast. We'll see what the universe has to say. We'll pull a pyramid reading to get more on this, and we'll pull a timeline to see how it might play out throughout the month of September. But mark my words, this reading backed me up about communication, ending with the 8 of Wands. I'm telling you what kind of communication this is. Watch this reading a few times if you need to. It's important. And obviously your sign readings, your individual sign readings are coming up. But again, I urge everybody to watch all of those. Because I'm not your fucking astrologer and this ain't your fucking horoscope. I'm just splitting the soulmate cycle into 12 readings. That's all. Basically kind of summing it up here. But you can get even more detail, even if only one thing I say in a given reading is for you. That's fine. Doesn't matter if it's in your chart or not. I would watch all of them. Alright? Do what you want. I'm just making a suggestion. Reminding you this is not your horoscope. Alright, let's go. You're part of a soulmate cycle here. You're all stuck in the same room together. Everybody equal. Alright, let's go. 3 cards and a crossing card. What else you want to tell everyone before I go pull some wicked voodoo? Alright, 4 wands here, 4 wands here. So, it ties to this energy. 2 swords, 3 pentacles. I need to move this out of the way. And 9 swords. 9's are the end in tarot. It's that kind of energy. My discombobulated critter here. The environmental energy around 2 swords, around a stalemate, it's too hard. I think because this 10 swords is here. Okay? I think the universe trying to tell us why the 10 swords kept coming, why they feel like it's over. And there's a lot of all these emotions flowing in are giving them a lot of anxiety. It's breaking a stalemate that's been in place for a while. Again, this should have happened a long time ago. Universe is just energy. It's just trying to, and karmic debt is again, energy that, lessons we didn't learn is the easiest way to express it. We owe at that point. It's got to come back. We got to learn the lesson. Energy needs to balance. If we do something wrong or if we go against the energy, it knocks it out of balance. And nature just tries to balance energy. That's all. So it's coming back for a rebalance. In the process, the energy is giving them the strength to come in and try to start on a new path. This is somebody who wants something new. They want something with you. They want to rebuild on a solid structure. And I will point out again, if your person is married or in a relationship, it may have already ended in September. You may not know about it, but you're going to find out. That's one of the energies that's here with the 10 swords read with the 4 of wands. Okay? And the 4 of wands did come back again. They want that with you. It's like a redo. It doesn't matter if they're married or not. I'm just pointing that out for those of you where your person's married. Whatever's been holding them back is coming to an end for sure. Stalemate's coming to an end. That's your reading. Stay tuned for my monthly fly through. Pay attention as well at the end of the month for the full moon reading. That's going to be a big deal. But I suspect all of that energy will come in. All of the energy of September and stuff will come in for the sign readings, just like it comes in here. And we kind of just overview it, if you will. If you want the extended, the link is in the description. Again, we got some karmic debt to pull on. We got some feelings to pull on. We got what's going on their side to pull on. And we got a timeline. Jesus Christ. It's going to be a big reading. That said, I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right? Good luck.